be my romantic wife, but my daddy's good girl's twin flame, whatever. And she's like, I hope that you don't just like my evil side, but you love me too.
I'd like to ask a question real quick, if you don't mind. Aside from the Gypsy situation, just imagine Nick, okay? And imagine the person who did not commit the crime, just Nick and these text messages and his mental state. Would you want him dating your daughter or your niece or your cousin? I mean, aside from the whole Gypsy situation, he's obviously mentally ill.
Right, and I blame that on people.
Hey y'all, welcome to Night Combos.
Welcome back. Hubby's here.
Hey hubby.
Hey lovey.
Hey y'all. Oh my gosh. Hubby's goal for the end of this month was to reach 3,300 subscribers. A lot of you know that. But we are 12 subscribers?
Yeah.
Away from reaching 3,350. So hubby completely beat my goal. Y'all are so amazing that y'all helped him beat my goal, which we're very thankful for, and we're grateful for all of you. Thank you so much to all of our subscribers. Welcome to all of our new subscribers. We hope y'all continue to love and enjoy our content. If you're not already, please make sure you subscribe, like, share, hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any of our videos. Leave your thoughts and opinions about this video in the comment section down below. We'll be conversating with y'all as well, like always. We would greatly appreciate it so much. But we just played that little clip, and we have not the whole thing, but we have about 45 minutes of it, of Bree's live that she was doing the other day, talking about the video that she's going to be doing on Nick. And this woman right down here in this bottom box, like her name is like Sun, Moon, something, I don't know, it doesn't matter. She says she done her own research. She watched Nina, she watched Bree, and she's watched Gypsy and all that, and she has come to her own conclusion, and she wrote this whole like little essay about it. And it was all pertaining to Dee Dee brainwashed Gypsy, and Gypsy didn't know anything, and it didn't matter the number of candles on her birthday cakes, and it didn't matter that, you know, she knew, or it didn't matter, you know, the numbered birthday candles on the cake and all that, like the number 8 on her 8th birthday being on the cake, because she was so brainwashed that she wouldn't even know that she was 8. Well, she doesn't say that in her book. She actually says she knew her age in her book many different times, lady. So you need to do a little more research there before you go writing an essay and getting on a panel about it and reading it. But part of this video, y'all know that most all of y'all have been with us for a while. Y'all know we have never, ever had any drama nor gotten involved with any drama with any other creators or anything like that. We've talked to many other creators and shared their content and stuff like that, you know, all of that, and talked to them, you know, emailed with them, all of that. And we've gotten along with them very well. And still do. But this creator that we're fixing to talk about, we've never talked to them other than like twice on TikTok. And they asked us for a piece of information, and they asked us to send them a piece of information when we told them that we had it, or they seen that we had it or whatever. They asked us to send it to them. Before we could even email it to them, they started like just treating us completely different, and we were like, okay, that makes no sense. Why would this person do that? And it's Fancy. And we know that a lot of y'all like Fancy and maybe subscribe to Fancy and all of that. That's fine. We're all adults here. Please listen to the whole thing before you get mad. Like, don't get mad at us or anything like that. We're not trying to come after Fancy. Nothing like that. But, we were recording this live And the reason we only got 45 minutes of it recorded is because we were recording it through Fancy's live, giving her the view, right? And she was live streaming it on TikTok through her channel. And we were on Fancy's channel and we were recording it. And then all of a sudden, like, Fancy just blocked us out of the live. And she had us from jump. She had it where we couldn't comment anything, and then then we were completely blocked out of it. And we messaged her, but we haven't gotten a message back about it. But regardless, it doesn't matter. Whatever. I don't know why she done that when this whole entire live that Bree was doing was nothing but a huge bash fest on Nick. Yeah, they talked about Fancy a little bit, which is odd because Bree and Fancy here lately, Fancy Maselli, which a lot of you know or have heard of, have been friends here lately. Fancy and Bree have been friends here lately. They're friends on TikTok and everything, which is real odd because they talked about Fancy a little bit. And then Bree even turned around and said, I don't know why Fancy left the live. I don't know why she done that, and all that. So anyway, it's all a big mess, but it rightly ticked us off when she completely blocked us out of the live because obviously we were going to use it to show how Bree was talking about Nick and bashing Nick.
But we've never done anything too fancy for her to block us out.
Right. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Like, we've never talked to her, never conversated with her, never emailed with her, like nothing, never. I mean, y'all, I'm sure many of y'all have seen some of the creators like Toddy, Alice Down the Rabbit Hole in our comment section before. We've talked with them, stuff like that, still do, they're great, great creators and stuff. We've talked to other creators through email and everything and still do and get along with them just fine and all. I don't know why Fancy done this, but it rightly pissed me off because when we were recording it, I like looked over at hubby and hubby got pissed off as well because we were like, what the flip? Why'd she do that? Because like I said, we were going to use it to make a video for Nick about Nick. I don't know why they're all of a sudden going after Nick so hard. I don't know if it's because people are trying, so hard to write letters and on his behalf to help him get clemency or resentencing or whatnot, but which we're about to get into in just a second. We're going to show y'all a couple clips. But Fancy, why did you do that? That was that was just mean. And most of y'all know we're so nice. Like, we're so nice, seriously. We've had people in our comment section be so hateful, rude, mean, call us the worst names ever. We didn't delete their comments, didn't block those people either, matter of fact. We've blocked 2 people the whole time we've ever been on YouTube. And it was because they were literally just bombing our comment sections on multiple videos on purpose. And that's why we just had to block them, But we've always wanted this channel to be real. We're all adults here. Y'all may disagree with us, and that's okay because we're all adults. We can agree to disagree, and we can still be a family. Families aren't always going to agree on things. We can agree to disagree and move on to the next video we have on our channel. We also understand that people are not only going to be subscribed to us. Like, we understand that people may be subscribed to us and Fancy and Nina and Toddy and Alice Down the Rabbit Hole and Sir Morbid and whoever else. You know what I'm saying? We get that. We don't have a problem with that. We understand that. Like, that's just how it is. I mean, heck, we watch other creators. We're not only subscribed to ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're subscribed to, like, many creators. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But anyway, we're going to post what we do have of the live in a separate video. But we wanted y'all to see this video because Nick does want help and he deserves the help. But as far as what we just played just now, we showed y'all, like I was writing on the screen, like this part right here. He said, I hope you love me too, not just my evil side, but I hope you love me too. You know, like that's huge. And, you know, he had to make up these personas as Gypsy did because Gypsy was manipulating him. And Bree was trying to say, oh no, he made up all these personas and she had to match them and yada yada, all that. And then this lady wants to say, you know, oh, when you're thinking about Nick, would you want him dating your daughter? Would you want him near your daughter? Okay, well, let's think the same thing about Gypsy there, lady. I don't know who this lady is. Never seen her before on TikTok, nothing until now. But, you know, like, what about Gypsy? She's the one that decided to take her own mother out off the face of this earth and then want to cry and whine, I'm sad that she won't be a part of my child's life. You know, that was your choice. You did that. You did that, Dipsy Gypsy. That brings us to something else. A lot of you have seen, a lot of you may not have seen, but a lot of you have seen because y'all have commented about it. The YouTuber Madeline Is Me, her YouTube channel, she reached out to us to let us know that she made a video about Gypsy getting hacked, the hacker video or whatever, and she put that on her channel. And Gypsy came after her so many times. Gypsy personally came after her so many times that she was copyrighted so many times. Her channel was completely taken away and she's had to completely start over. And she asked would we let people know that. So that's all we're doing. You know, we don't know her you know, very closely, but we have talked to her, you know, a good bit on TikTok and stuff, and we've seen some of her videos. But she had a video up about Ruby and the book Ruby and comparing it, you know, with what Gypsy did and stuff like that. Which we had started working on a video about that as well, and hadn't gotten back to it in a while because all this other stuff had come out. But a few months back, we were working on it. And we need to get back to that because we did want to release that video and the comparisons and what happened in the book and the movie and Gypsy. But anyway, she done, a lot of you may know her from that video that she done about Ruby and Gypsy's little character that she had named Ruby. But yeah, Gypsy's going after her. I don't know why Gypsy's doing this all of a sudden again. She got in trouble for it, and I'm pretty sure a while back, and then tried to claim, oh, it wasn't her, it was her PR team, and she was so sorry that it happened, yada yada. Well, it's funny how her show's fixing to come out again, and yet it's happening again. Like she's doing these copyright strikes again on people. That's harassment, Gypsy. That is harassment. When you continue to come after someone like that. Just so you know. For educational and entertainment purposes only, please do your own research. There's my anchor voice for you. So there's that. We got that in there. So yeah, just wanted to let y'all know about that. But y'all watch these clips real quick. Oh, and real quick, I was also going to say, you know, this lady was talking about, would you let your daughter date him or would you want your daughter dating him or being around him? What about Gypsy? Taking her own mom out, Ken being with her, and having a whole nother human with her. Allegedly, supposedly, apparently. Seriously. What about that? So have you asked yourself that, Miss Ma'am, Miss Lady? Because you don't talk about that side of it. You're only wanting to bash on Nick. Because you're on Bree's Live here where they were all bashing on Nick. And that pisses me off. Okay, so whether y'all like these creators or don't like these creators or whatever, like we said, we can all be adults and agree to disagree, but what they're saying here does make a lot of sense. Okay, so just please listen to this, because this has to do with Nick and helping Nick.
And let's all please write these letters for Nick so he can get the justice that he deserves.
Yes, please. And Tiny One Skip is doing something where on her channel, and we will put the link to her full video on at the top of the description box of this video, as well as the other creator we're going to show y'all. We'll put the full video, her full video, the link to it at the top of our description box as well. But yeah, just listen to these clips real quick though.
Getting a lot of the clemency letters. Please.
Oh, that's what I was saying. Tiny One Skip is doing something with the letters where if those of you who are not in the United States, if you want to write letters on Nick's behalf, you absolutely can. You can email them. Tiny One Skip on her channel is, allowing people to email their letters to her, and she's gonna send them off, to where they need to be sent off to for those people who are not in the United States, so that the governor can see all of this support for Nick.
Please, if you haven't seen the latest video that I put out, we have until the 15th of February to send these letters out. We have until the 15th. The postmark has to be on the 15th. I spoke to Nick's public defender today, and I asked about that. And it's very specific in the letters what needs to be said. But also you have to understand, again, that, these letters are going to go to the governor, and you're going to address your letter to Dear Governor, and you're going to explain that you're writing in regards to application of clemency for Nicholas Godejohn and why you think he deserves clemency. And then you're going to explain why without going off on Gypsy Rose. Don't go off on her, make the letter about why you feel like Nick had an unfair trial or an unfair even interrogation. You can say that you've seen things that have come out later that don't make sense. And you can even say, you could refer to Gypsy as his co-defendant. His co-defendant who masterminded the whole plan got off in 8.5 years, and Nick, who was manipulated by her, and there's proof of that now that has come out now, is doing life, like that. So, but please check out the video. It's 4 minutes and it just explains, okay? And also, because they're asking for your name and a way to contact, I want you to understand that Nick is going to get a copy of the letter because he's going to get the whole packet. The public defender told me that he's going to hand that to Nick because Nick, he's putting it together for Nick. Nick's the one that's got to have it handed to the governor. But his public defender was nice enough to put together the packet for him. And that's what the public defender told me. So I just want you guys to know that, okay? But Nick will have your name and your phone number or your email or your physical address. Now, what I will do in my case is I will write my name and I will go ahead and grab like a free email account strictly for that. And this is so the governor can verify that I'm a real person. And in case he has any questions or she has any questions about the letter that I'm writing, should there be any clarification that they need or any extra information that they need. So that's what that's for. Also, guys, it's important that you understand that later there could be a FOIA request by anybody, and they can get your real information. The thing is, a lot of us don't use our real names out here, right? A lot of us don't use our real names online and such. So if you're Jane Smith, it's really going to be hard to connect Jane Smith with, mishap
2552. You know what I'm saying? At AOL.com. Okay? So, or whatever handle you use online. So, to me, it's more important to me that he gets, a shot at clemency. So, all that being said, I started watching a video.
Okay, like what Toddy's meaning is like if you want to, you can use AOL, Google, like Gmail or whatever, Yahoo, whatever, and you can just make up a separate email if you want to, using your real name to use for these letters. That way, if, say, the governor or somebody on the governor's behalf or something like that wants to get in touch with you to ask you more questions about how you feel about, Nick deserving justice or something like that, for example, they would be able to email you on that email. We have a couple of videos on how you can write Nick on our channel as well that we put out. We put out one several months ago and then one about a month or two ago. So y'all can go back and look at those as well. But we will have Toddy's video that she's talking about linked at the top of the description box for this video. Excuse me. But also look at this clip, which has to do more with what's going on with Fancy and something she said that we found. We had never really heard of this creator before until the other day. I was scrolling and happened to come across one of her videos, and I was showing it to hubby, but her channel is 1980 Millennial. So yeah, we'll put the link to her full video at the top of our description box as well on this video, but because we're only going to show a clip. But yeah, she kind of shows something that Fancy was saying about Nick and his dad and stuff that just rightly pissed me off. And when I showed it to you, like, you really got upset, because hubby really got upset, because it was like, why wouldn't you correct yourself and apologize? But anyway, y'all look.
Hey guys, it's Fancy, and you're watching the Good Wives Network. And yes, I'm aware of the rhetoric that is going around with certain creators and people. I don't understand why I need to explain this to everyone yet again when I did so several times in 2024. We had lives, long lives, explaining this. I have explained it all over and over and over again, and I do not feel I owe anyone any further explanation.
Oh, we know you never think you owe anyone anything, Fancy. That's for damn sure. Little dramatic pause there while she finds her place again.
The conversation with Bobby that you are pulling from all stems from 2019. I have had very little interaction with him since then, except for when he started coming into my live broadcasts here on TikTok. I began trying to talk with him one more time.
Okay, so first, a while back, as y'all can see from my previous videos, Fancy was trying to say that the whole conversation that they were talking about was all from 2019. Well, then she had to admit that she emailed Bobby again January 2025.
Okay, so she's showing the date here, January 21st, 2025, 6:32 p.m. Apparently, a lot of creators are upset because they're saying that Bobby, or Bob, which is Nick Godejohn's father, and Nick both feel like they can't reach out, like how Gypsy has a bunch of people speaking out on her behalf. They feel like they don't have anyone speaking out on their behalf, which they don't really, because they haven't really spoke out for themselves, but it's because they feel like they don't know who they can trust and who they can't trust. And we've seen that for ourselves in lives, in comment sections. We've seen Nick's dad say he doesn't know who he can trust. So he's frustrated. So he doesn't speak out at all because he doesn't know who he can trust. But this right here is the email that Fancy sent to him saying, Bobby, I know you do not trust me. I know I hurt you all very much, but if there is ever a time to listen to me, this is it. Bree has been asked by Krusty to put out an anti-Nick video. Now, we don't know if Bree was asked to do this for real or not, and we don't know if she was asked to do it because the show's fixing to come out or because they know that the time is coming that people are going to be, like writing letters for Nick and speaking out on Nick's behalf, trying to help Nick get out or what. But they were all bashing Nick so bad in that live and saying that he doesn't deserve to be out and he's so dangerous. He's such a dangerous person, this, that, and the other. What about Gypsy? Again, like, hello? But anyway, she goes on, Fancy goes on to say, it's going to be the emails he and Dawn exchanged. They want to make the Supreme Court see it as him being dangerous. I got a lot of things wrong, Bobby, being green when I started this, something I have worked on for years to remedy. I promised this last year I would do anything I can to help Nick. They want to prove I sent that woman in, and we know I did not. I believe that she was speaking to Gypsy and Christy, and they helped her write those emails to him to get him to respond just like he did. They wanted to release them before his appeal and wanted me to send them to the prosecutor, and I never did. I think she's trying to say, I now see exactly what game they are playing. Please let me help your son. If you have any communications with Dawn, etc., post them, all of them, and make a big splash with it, Bobby. Every step Krusty and Gypsy have used and abused your son and tried to screw up a fair trial. Don't allow them to do it again. If I can help avail, please let me know. I think she meant to say, like, if I can help at all, please let me know. There's some grammar, like, in there that's wrong. But anyway, that's basically what she was trying to say in this email. But Fancy was saying that she didn't know anything about this. She didn't know that this Dawn person, and I don't know who this Dawn person is. Hubby doesn't know who this Dawn person is. And it doesn't matter. But Fancy's trying to say that she had nothing to do with sending this Dawn person in to, infiltrate, I think is the word Fancy used, Nick, to get to Nick and try to screw up his chances of getting an appeal, and getting his sentence turned over. But watch the rest of this short clip.
2025. Now, the group that you are pulling from, that these messages were posted years ago, so you're not finding anything new, folks. This is not new.
We're fully aware that this is not new. It's just that there are a lot of people new to you and they don't know about your past. And so we're making them aware, Fancy.
That group was directly connected with Boker.
Is that supposed to discredit them? Because so is you and your group, Fancy.
Boker is supposedly this Dawn person, Dawn Boker.
And Natasha. And the rest of the bullshit that was going on in Facebook at the time. And at the time, to try and, hurt me, shut me up, all of that stuff, they tried to put this stuff out. Why? Because when Bobby asked me for $100,000 and then raised it to $500,000 and then raised it to $1 million, being funny and cute, while I was just trying to gather information, I dropped those messages between me and him back in 2019.
So you didn't like his negotiations and you took revenge. Got it.
That group got angry. And they then had Dawn back over there again. And she was handing out information from inside our private conversations.
Are the private conversations you're talking about from that Nick Infiltration group that you're completely ignoring your 2019 acknowledged existence of, Fancy?
Now, I don't care. I will not sit here and apologize for things that I said in 2019 when I did not have the information that I have today. I'm not that person.
No, we know you're not, Fancy. We know you're not.
You're never going to scare me with a screenshot. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Yeah, I said that shit when I said that shit, and I meant that shit when I said that shit.
Let's take a look back real quick on the shit that she said.
Okay, so this is the chat that has pretty much everybody who has access to the Nick Infiltration. Anybody who has access to the Nick Infiltration. It's to the Nick Infiltration.
Does it mean that I still feel the same way today? No, it does not.
Oh, we know you flip-flop on everybody in just like the last year. We've seen you go back and forth on the same people like 3 or 4 times. I don't think you wake up feeling the same way any day.
I went back to school.
Fancy likes to throw out, I went to school for this. Let's take a look at her actually describing her education.
Help medical child abuse be understood better. I am absolutely going to do this.
Exactly.
I am working on, everybody keeps making fun of the fact that, oh, she's going to go to law school. Oh, yeah, you know what? I keep going back to school and I get sidetracked by my life.
Hey guys, it's Fancy and you're watching The Good.
Okay, that's what ticked us off so bad. Because she's saying, yeah, I said that shoot. And I meant that shoot when I said that shoot. Okay, that has happened to all of it. All of us have done that before in life. At some point in time. We've all said something. A minute when we said it. We might have been mad at somebody and said, you know what, you're... For an example, like, you're stupid. Because we were mad at that person. And then realized later on, oh, okay, we called them stupid. We didn't know the whole story. We didn't know everything. So really, but they weren't stupid. They did know what they were talking about or something like that. But then you go back and you apologize. You know what? It goes back to like kindergarten. Like, come on. Really, Fancy? I can't believe you're saying this right now. Like, I said that shoot, and I meant that shoot when I said that shoot. You may have meant it when you said it, but now is the time to apologize for it, and you're saying you're not going to apologize for it. That's wrong. That's what you do. Okay, if I go up to somebody and I say, you're stupid, and in the middle of their argument or their conversation with someone else, and I only hear half of it, I'm like, you're stupid. And then later on, I hear the whole conversation or the whole argument or whatever, and I'm like, darn, they weren't stupid. They did know what they were talking about. I go back to that person and say, I'm sorry. Heck, we've had to do it on our YouTube channel here. We've had to correct ourselves and come back and be like, we are so sorry, y'all, for the misinformation. Here's the correct information. That's the right thing to do. You just simply go back and say, I'm sorry. I had it wrong. I didn't know everything that I know now. I'm sorry for what I did. I'm sorry for what I said, but I'm correcting it now. But you're saying that you're not going to apologize for it, but yet you're going to try to correct it, which is great. That's good. That's great. That's what you should do. But you should also apologize for it. Just because you meant it back then, Fancy, does not mean you shouldn't apologize for it now. You were trying to literally ruin Nick's chance of getting an appeal. Down to the point where now we're having to write the governor and everything else for clemency on his behalf. Because he can't just go for a regular appeal anymore. And now he nor his dad or anyone on his behalf knows who to trust. Which is sad. Anyway, what do y'all think about this? Like we said, we've never had any interactions with Fancy. We've never talked with Fancy or anything like that. We've heard of her before, yes. We've seen her before, yes. Never had a problem with her or anything. But this, when we seen this, we had a problem with it, yeah.
Yeah, big time.
Like, she needs to apologize. Absolutely. You're wanting Bobby to speak with you and talk to you. and help you help Nick, according to your email anyway, don't you think you should start out with an apology? I mean, I'm just saying, that's just my opinion. I mean, and I know it's your opinion too, hubby.
Yeah, of course.
But I mean, like, what are y'all's thoughts and opinions on all of this? Let us know, and make sure y'all write a letter for Nick on his behalf. If y'all believe that it's wrong that Gypsy got that sweet little plea deal and she's out here living her best life, you know, in her words, and Nick is in jail and he has said, yes, I want help. He has reached out and said, yes, I do want out. I don't want to have to spend my life in prison. So if y'all believe that's wrong and y'all want to write a letter, please do so. And please let us know y'all's thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. We'll be conversating with y'all as well, like always. And again, you know, if y'all don't agree with us, that's fine. We can agree to disagree and we'll move on to the next topic. It's fine. But let us know down below in the comment section. If you're not already, please make sure you subscribe, like, share, hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any of our videos. And we would greatly appreciate it so much. We hope you have a good night and God bless.
Have a good night. God bless.
Bye.
Bye.